Hi y'all, thanks for joining me here today. My name is Andrea. I'm the Wellness Category Manager here at Rainbow Blossom, so you'll see me at all 5 markets. I'm also an Ayurvedic counselor and I practice here at our Wellness Center. If you're interested in any sessions for Ayurvedic wellness, women's wellness, it's all my jam. So just to make sure everyone has what they need, we'll need our traditional cold care tea, our Enzymedica black elderberry packets, of course a cup. Traditionally we will put a plate over it to help it steep, but I already have ours going here. We'll have our water warming. So if everyone wants to get their stuff ready and going, we'll go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, we have a few started here for us today. Herbal teas like this one especially need a few more minutes to steep opposed to the regular green or black teas. Green or black teas, most folks will tell you somewhere between 4 to 7 minutes. That's going to be personal preference. But talking about herbal teas like this, we want to make sure that we let the hot water soak in all the active components, all the yummy goodness from the plants here. So that's why this one needs to steep a little bit longer, 10 to 15 minutes. The longer you let it steep, obviously the more flavorful it will be. A popular way to do that is just like I had it, is kind of a plate setting over top here, give it 10 to 15 minutes there. But just so everyone can see, all we do is take the hot water into the teacup and then give that baby a few minutes. So we'll set this one aside, and while we have the ones that are steeping, we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll start with this one here. After you feel your tea bag has been all soaked up, everyone has their own way of doing it. I kind of just grab with my spoon, make sure we get the last few things out here. Tea bag on the side. And then we'll take our black elderberry packets. Go ahead and cut that open. Pour it inside. Give it a little stir. That's a beautiful purple color. So while we're stirring, we're going to let this mix just a little bit, let it sit. I'll talk a little bit about black elderberry. Black elderberry has been very popular for centuries, especially recently. I think everyone is coming to know black elderberry. This plant helper can do a lot of different things for us, and not just the berry either. The flower is a fantastic support as well. The tea we have has elderflower in it, so these complement each other really well that way. The elderberry plant and the elderflower have a lot of great active constituents, like I said, but for us here today, we're using it for its warming abilities, to help warm us up on cloudy, yucky days like today, help warm up if you have any of that cold gunk that's stuck in your chest or in your nasal cavities, help warm everything up and get it moving in combination with the other herbs here in the cold care tea. This is one of my favorite cold care teas. You can see on the side of your box, there's a long list of herbs that they use, some very traditional herbs like the elderflower, yarrow, peppermint, hyssop, and then their own blend with the rose hips, cinnamon, ginger, safflower, clove, and licorice. So all together, these botanicals help protect your immune system, help nourish your immune system, especially on yucky, cold, rainy, wet days like today, and they help warm things up as well. So beautiful blend, just these two together. And you can drink it just like this if you want, just your cold care tea with a little bit of elderberry. I'm gonna try this and see what we think. For me, that's delicious. If you'd like it a little bit sweeter, you could of course add some honey or agave, maple syrup, straight up raw sugar, whatever you prefer to sweeten a little bit. Some other options to add in would be, you want some more warming, you could do a lovely ginger juice. You could also do a ginger tincture, whichever you have on hand. I happen to have the ginger juice, use it a lot for salad dressings, different rice recipes, things like that. It's nice and warming. Ginger is fantastic for your immune system, for your digestion, for inflammation. Lots of good reasons to have this on hand. That would be another optional add-in, make it a little spicy with the ginger. As I mentioned earlier, we could add some tinctures in. So this is a nice turmeric tincture. Turmeric, most of us have become familiar with helping with inflammation, whole body inflammation. It's also a very powerful nourishing plant and a grounding plant, which is needed this time of year, Vata season. So turmeric would be a nice option for you, a whole dropper, half dropper, whatever you feel. If you're having a rough week, rough day, rough hour, rough year, Anxiety Soother is a great option that has several different botanicals all blended together to help with anxiety. This is the holy basil flavored one. It's not like our culinary basil. It's a little bit more peppery and spicy. Again, we're going with things that are really warming up our immune system, warming up our joints, fighting that cold that starts to set in all of us energetically and physically this time of year. And another one of my favorite add-ins, CBD oil, always a good option for almost any drink if you're familiar with the hemp plant, cannabis plant, beautiful plant. It does trophal restorative, so it speaks to systemically to the body, lots of different things it addresses. I could talk about this plant forever, but I won't today. This is another great option to put in. Let's see, so we've gone through our honey, our ginger juice, which would be good, a couple different tincture options, and then of course cinnamon sticks. So this time of year, cinnamon sticks go great with a lot of different things, but just to give it a little holiday flair, an extra little spice, I'm gonna use my tongs here, pop one in there, and that gives that a little added touch of fall wellness, winter wellness, and another warming sweet touch as well. Go ahead and wring these out. So we don't have to do 2 separate cups necessarily, but I would recommend brewing your tea individually first. You know, just taking the cup with the tea bag and hot water, maybe covering it for 10 to 15 minutes. That'll give it lots of time to steep so that this hot water can soak up all the good things from the cold care. And then once you've steeped the plant and you pull out your tea bag, that's when I would mix in the elderberry packet. So these here I've been steeping, like I said, for about 10, 15 minutes. This one's still working. So I've pulled the tea bags out of here, and now is when I'm going to stir in the elderberry, and now is when you would stir in any of the extra things if you wanted to do the ginger juice like we mentioned, or some sweetener, some honey. It would be after you brew your tea, and then the elderberry powder. You can use the same cup. Absolutely. So both the elderberry and the elderflower can speak to your immune system. They would both be considered warming, but they will have different active constituents, just like different parts of other plants will have different active constituents. So there are good reasons to have both the berry in your diet as well as the flower. Good question. Did everyone get to take a little sip? Cheers to wellness. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We'll have another video coming up next month and one in December as well. You can check out our website or our social media for updates on those. And I hope to see y'all again for more classes. All right, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Enjoy your tea, stay well, stay warm, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.